I'll do. Before we begin this episode, I have to forewarn you that there's a little bit of language in this one. Nothing major. I mean, there is a bit later on, but we managed to bleep that out. But the guest we've had he's been a little bit unruly, a little bit out of control. Tried to get him to rein it in. He wouldn't really listen. But if you're easily offended, you might want to switch off. But don't blame me if you miss out on a piece of career wisdom that could completely reroute the path of your life to an existence of fulfillment, happiness, and Sky Plus. Basically, I'm recommending don't be a snowflake. All right, that'll do. That'll do, won't it?
Are you confused? What is the next step in your career? This is your life, goddammit. This is Jobsworth.
Hello and welcome to Jobsworth, the show dedicated to helping you get the job that you're worth. I'm Kevin Dunn, a professional careers advisor, unfortunately. Each week we invite a guest to share an insight into their career and perhaps educate, inform or inspire you to make better life choices. Kind of like what I'm trying to achieve in secondary schools, but still, apparently I'm not a real teacher. You what? Yeah, I did listen. I did. I am keeping the melancholy down. I mean, I could, I could say plenty, believe you me. Right, where was I? We got our regular features, like Teen Junction, Doppleganger Jobswap, and Job Vacancy a week. Now on to today's guest. You've probably got an insurance policy for something or other, and you might have had to make a claim on, say, maybe your house or your business insurance. Well, our guest today is someone who the insurance company might actually send out to deal with your claim. He calls himself an insurance juggernaut and professional. Am I reading that right here?
Professional bastard, yes.
Today's guest is an insurance loss adjuster, Nigel Peregrine. Welcome to Jobsworth, Nigel.
Only those in the inner circle or down the lodge get to call me Nigel.
Oh, sorry. Welcome to Jobsworth, Mr Peregrine.
Cheers, Colin. You might want to forewarn your listeners, though. This is going to get pretty shitting extreme, yeah? The shocking truths of the dark underworld of the insurance game.
It's all right, there's only about 4 of them. Let's get down to it, right? So last year, I crapped my toilet after a drunken outburst following the 4-year anniversary of my wife leaving me for another woman. And basically, why didn't I get a new bathroom suite?
Well, did you get a new pan?
I did.
So what's the problem then?
Well, I was told by a blog that...
Oh, here we go. Everyone's an expert in the insurance game.
Well, it was just a passing comment at the urinal down the Labour Club.
My old man, he told me that any conversation at urinal should be made with strict eye contact. Firstly, to ensure that the other bloke does not take a sneaky peek at your little fella. And secondly, to show the other bloke that you are definitely not taking a sneaky peek at his.
Right. Well, I'll bear that in mind. So, the loo.
Let me break it down for you. Do you drive?
I do.
Right. So imagine you clip your ring mirror.
I did do that, actually.
Right. So I assumed you replaced your entire bloody car then.
Well, no.
Exactly. You replaced the damaged parts, the mirror.
Well, first I fled the scene and kept a low profile. I clipped a cyclist, see, and I don't think he got me reg.
Right.
Oh, it's okay, it was still moving. To be fair, it was his fault, because he'd been a lot more agile on the thing if he'd have asked his old man to take the stabilisers off,
So back to your bathroom. You got the pan fixed, and you're in the same position as before.
Right, you see, well, my new loo is white, and the rest of my bathroom suite is a lovely shade of avocado.
Let me guess. You ever read the policy wording, have you?
Oh yeah, that's the policy wording. That's the small print, isn't it? That you so you don't have to pay.
How dare you? Well, yeah, sometimes. Only sometimes.
So what exactly does a loss adjuster do? I mean, how does it work?
So the insurance company have claims handlers, right? Crumb-covered keyboard cretins who don't know their skirting board from their coving. Sometimes they need to send in a man out in the field.
Right.
An elite specialist. The adjuster's job is to infiltrate the scene of the claim, get shit sorted, and make sure the customer doesn't take the piss, because they try.
Right.
But contrary to popular bollocks, we're not there to keep costs down. We just give customers what they're entitled to, within the limits of the policy they've paid for. That don't mean that I don't get immense pleasure from turning claims down. I am a bit of an horrible bastard.
You say that, but I heard you helped an old couple who were victims of racism.
I did what any loss adjuster would do. I adjusted the claim, and the faces of the horrible shitsticks who were being out of order.
You're a hero.
Not a hero, Kev. A loss adjuster.
Didn't you throw one through a window?
Well, it needs to be replaced anyway. I did negotiate with the mouthy one of the gang.
Negotiate? How?
I smashed his phone, shot him in the boot, and threatened to drive him to a ration with a teabagging fetish and a webcam.
Yeah, isn't that kidnapping?
There are many terms for good customer service, Kev. This is the side of the insurance game that people just don't know about. But you can hear all about it on the Peregrine podcast, available on iTunes, the Spotify, or the Nigel Peregrine page. You just Google it, yeah?
Shameless plug there.
You what?
Jobsworth.
So, Mr Peregrine, how long have you been doing this line of work?
Over 35 years in the game, adjusting the shit out of claims.
And how did you get to be a loss adjuster? I mean, did you have to qualify?
Did I have to qualify? Are you taking a piss? There was a unique selection process that took place in Hereford. I could talk about it, but I'd be bundled into a van.
Right. Well, let's look at it a different way then. So, what are your qualifications?
Shitloads. As loss adjusters, we, of course, have to pass insurance qualifications, along with evasive driving, insurance liability, hand-to-hand combat, fraud detection, wine tasting, property damage, and interrogation techniques that would make Guantanamo Bay look like a trip to Butlins. It's all on LinkedIn, mate.
What sort of claims do you deal with?
Property damage, mainly. Whatever they want me to look at, wherever they want me to go. I'm like a coiled spring, ready to jump into action. Oh, but I don't do abroad.
Right.
I was asked to visit Ashby de la Zouche once. I told him to piss off. But who knows the carnage I'm going to face when I cross the threshold of a property. Some shit. It could give you PTSD. Have you ever seen the aftermath of a disgruntled ex-tenant?
Can't say I have.
And God forbid you should ever have to, son. Some scars never heal.
And you decide whether a claim's going to be paid or not.
I am the judge, the jury, and the enforcement.
Now, I actually got to spend some time with you, didn't I? I spent a day with you. But by the time I reached you, which was about 10:30, you'd only just finished your breakfast.
An adjuster needs his fuel and his stomach lined for the alcohol, throughout the day.
I don't eat that greasy stuff. It plays havoc with my IBS. Right, play tape.
This is your life, goddammit.
Right, I'm here at the second appointment of the day. I'm just with Nigel Peregrine, loss adjuster. Just taking a few swigs from his zip flask. I'm not going to comment on that. But we've just arrived and we're standing outside the front of a standard family home.
Standard as in a 1930s three-bed semi-detached property with a value at risk of approximately 200 grand. Anyone can see that.
Now, this is the second appointment because, well, we didn't stop at the first one, did we?
It was a subsidence claim.
Yeah, not too close to the mic, please.
It was a subsidence claim. I could see the crack in the front was just crack rendering. I could spot that kind of shit while slowly driving past at a steady 46 miles per hour. Besides, we've got to get a wriggle and I've got a very important meeting with a pint of Elven Quest at 12.
So what are we dealing with here?
We're about to see a claim for an escape of water, possibly building and the contents damage. Right. Flies and tyres check. Don't want anyone accidentally being exposed to Peregrine Jr. Again, I am on my final warning.
What for?
Right, always 3 knocks. It's the sound of authority. They either think it's coppers, a bailiff, but no, it's worse. It's me.
What? Is that a knuckle duster?
Oh, this ain't no Orinoco flow, boy.
You what?
Mr. Pickle Squat, Nigel Peregrine, loss adjuster. I've come to adjust the shit out of your claim.
Oh, right, you're early.
Indeed I am. Exceptional customer service. I'm sure you will agree.
Well, not for the first visit.
Shut up. This is Kevin. He's here to observe me working my magic. I think he's safe. You on the register, Kev?
What? No.
Me neither. How about you?
Absolutely not.
Well, there we go. Something we all have in common then. Just 3 blokes who happen to not be convicted, perverted scum. Can we come in then and get this over with? You see? That's what you call rapport building.
Like I say, you're early. I wasn't expecting you so soon, so I'm not really ready for you.
It's all right, we won't piss about, and we won't have a cuppa.
I didn't offer you one.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind one. You got one going.
Come on, Kev, look at the state of it.
Excuse me?
And you've took your shoes off. Who's this then?
My daughter, Ruby.
What's your name?
That's personal data that I won't be divulging under GDPR.
It's Mr Peregrine, sweetheart.
Would you like to see money gerbil?
Where is it? In there, is it? In a cage? No. Do you know what incarceration means? Go and Google it. Go on. That's it. Good girl. Go on. You might want to get the autobiography by Terry Waite. Christmas. It's a good read.
Look, can you come back later?
No, we can't. A very important meeting this afternoon, see? I understand you've had an escape of water upstairs. Let's just have a quick look.
It's not convenient right now.
Oh, I get you. Put some clothes on, Mrs. Pickle Squib. I have no inclination to admire the beauty of your wife's naked body.
She's at work.
Especially as I've seen the state of that family portrait over there. Can you hear running water from upstairs?
No.
Right, so there's the stairs over there, so... hold on, why are you standing in the way?
Mr. Pickle Squat is currently preventing the loss adjuster from getting to the staircase. There's quite an intense stare down, an uncomfortable shift in the mood.
You keep that flapping mouth of yours shut down, or you'll be waiting in the shit in Capri. Now, Pickle Squib, according to my records, the leak happened over a week ago. So I trust, like any normal, sane human being, you got the leak repaired right away.
Yes, of course.
And yet I can see your stairwell is pretty saturated still. It hasn't dried out or started to stink. By now, saturated carpet is ripped out because it bloody stinks like an unwashed gusset of a dirty skaghead. So your stairs are saturated, and you won't let a handsome insurance powerhouse view upstairs. Isn't that very strange?
It's like watching Poirot.
Can you be quiet, please?
Ruby! What's Daddy been doing upstairs this morning?
Using the hose pipe for when the insurance man comes.
Unbelievable.
Oh, the innocence of youth. Good girl. Honesty is the best policy. Now Google image horrific incarceration And think about that bloody gerbil. Piffle squirt, I'm going to tell you straight. Your house is a shithole. You should be ashamed of yourself. Mullet hair looked terrible back in the day. It looks worse now. You've got to sort it out. And you are a top shelf fraudularizer.
You could cut the tension with a knife.
She's worked out the spelling then.
It's kicked off. Pickle Squad has gone straight for the Peregrine, aiming for the neck strangle. Oh, cat-like reflexes there from the Peregrine, who's deflected it, and he's got Pickle Squad in a very tight headlock. A few cheeky little shots there from the Peregrine. Pickle Squad's going blue. He's going blue here. He's going blue.
Have it.
Ooh, right in meat and veg. It's all over.
You're a big bloke, Puckle Squib, but I do this for a shitty living. Now you're going on the register, son. The fraudy bastard register. Come on, Kev. My work here is done. I'll be informing the insurers that this claim is more dodgy than a Russian election. Ruby, fetch a pack of frozen peas for your old man. He's had an accident.
What's that there?
Vermin! Have it. Here, paddle squawk. You got a vermin problem. That's not covered on your policy either.
Actually, is that in gerbil?
Well, that should be kept in a cage, really, shouldn't it? Good job I kept my shoes on. No one likes a soggy silk, do they?
This is your life, goddammit.
A fascinating insight there into the insurance industry that, to be honest, I had no idea it could be like that.
Who knows the carnage we can face?
Yeah, when you cross the threshold of the property, you've already said. Right, we're going to go to phones now, as a caller gets in touch to ask our guest a question. Have we? We have. Right, we got someone. Right, hello, caller. Who's that?
Hello, this is Jones, Rigger Jones.
It's a brick rigger.
Do you know each other?
Yeah, we both work for the same firm. Bloody good bloke.
Well, the fact we've got someone you know, that's not what we're trying to achieve. Really,
I've been trying to get hold of you, but your phone's been off.
I know, I'm recording this podcast, aren't I? Well, what's going on? It's not a code 4, is it?
No, nothing like that. I just wondered if I could borrow your rods again.
Isn't supposed to be bloody careers guidance here?
I've blocked my toilet. Again.
I'll be home about 6. Come over and grab 'em. I've got a new batch of homebrew. It's called Warrior's Gland. I've added something to it I found in the shed. It burns like a bitch, but you can't feel your face.
You know I will.
Have we finished organising your social life? And we were supposed to be changing lives.
Who's this namby-pamby fairy?
Right, cut him off. I'm not having that. I'm not here to be insulted. Right? I have enough of that from cocky 16-year-olds who are bigger than me.
Rigger. A bloody good bloke.
Any other callers? Yeah, we have. Right, we got someone. Hello, who's that?
Vince.
How do, Vince? You're through to Mr Peregrine, loss adjuster. What's your question?
Vince,
What's your question?
well, I'd like to ask him why he turned my claim down.
Oh, flipping heck.
Shit me, here we go. Listen, Vince, if that's your real name.
No, it is. You probably remember me, Mr. Vincent Parsley in Kettling Cheesewater.
Nice part of the world, microbrewery. Remind me of what the claim was again, because I deal with a plethora of idiots on a daily basis.
Well, my ceiling collapsed in the dining room.
Another victim of the insurance
Wind your neck in, yeah? Parsley, yes, I remember you. You claim that the ceiling collapsed after someone fell off the bed during an orgy at your gaff.
Yeah.
And having visited your home, which you share with your elderly mother, and seeing the state of you, it was clear to see that that version of events was a load of bollocks.
How dare you?
Oh, come on, you iron creases in your jeans, for shit's sake. You reek of virgin.
All right, lads. All right.
I mean, you could fall into a vat of vajankles and still come out holding a cucumber.
Vajankles? What are vajankles?
Not my cup of tea, Kev, but don't Google it whilst at work, yeah? Here, Parsley, your lath and plaster ceiling debonded because of its age, and you bloody know it. I did send you an official written declinature, though, to explain.
Yeah, it was a text message.
Yeah, same thing. More efficient.
Well, you'd better watch it, Peregrine.
Now, you wouldn't want to threaten me, son, would you? 'Cause I do know where you live, and I've seen more fat on a chip. If you want to go down that road, I'll knock on your door, stripped to the waist, and we can go skin on skin, man to man, out on the concrete. What do you reckon, Parsley? Do you really want to step into the cage with the Peregrine? Do you? You can get your girlfriends to cheer you on. Oh, but hold on. They don't exist, do they? Well, not without a bicycle pump. People like you, maybe.
I think he's gone. He's gone.
All mouth, like most of them.
You wouldn't have actually done that, law, would you? You know, gone round.
Why not? I've done it before.
Okay, so let's move on.
Do this, do that. Clean your room. One of these magazines. Forget about your acne, get your life on track. It's Teen Junction.
It's the part of the show where we have a teenager seeking my expertise in career guidance in the hope that for the first time ever, one might actually take a bit of notice of what I've got to say. And I might find a glimmer of something called meaningfulness. Is that a word? Meaningful? Yeah, I think it is. Right, on the line we have Bethany, who's 15, and she goes to St Michael's C of E school. Hello, Bethany.
Hello.
Right, you have the attention of me and Mr Peregrine, so what would you like to know?
Well, I'd like to get some advice about becoming a professional musician.
Right, a professional musician, eh? Yeah. What instrument do you play?
I play the oboe.
Don't look at me.
The oboe. Well, that's a bit of a niche instrument, that, isn't it?
I once dealt with a claim at a kazoo factory. It was an explosion. The noise could be heard for miles around. People thought it was a shitty alien invasion. Just so you know that, generally speaking, alien invasion is not something you can claim for on a house policy. If a spaceship does land on your house, report it as an impact claim.
I mean, I suppose the question is, Bethany, you know, how good are you?
Well, I won BBC Young Musician of the Year last year.
Did you? Wow. That's, that's impressive. You clearly have a lot of talent. That's brilliant. That really is. That really is impressive.
Oh, thank you.
So have you thought about retail work?
Or starting an insurance call centre. They take anyone on these days. Literally, seriously, they just take anyone. Literally. Anyone. Can you sign your name? Oh, you got a job.
There you are, Bethany. So maybe a future in retail, maybe an insurance call centre. You know, the world's your oyster. I hope that helps, Bethany. And as always, don't be a careers advisor, because it's crap. Play a jingle. I really think they made a difference there, you know. I think we did well there.
Forget about your acne, get your life on track. It's Teen Junction.
It's time for Doppleganger Jobswap.
When your name is the same, you're a doppelganger. This is Doppleganger Jobswap.
Two people, same name, swapping jobs for a week. Let's see how they did. Mr Peregrine, you ever wanted to swap jobs with someone? Fair enough. So on the line we have Terry Duckwither, a long-distance lorry driver from Exeter, and Terence Duckwither, a librarian from Royal Tunbridge Wells. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Whoa.
Oh.
I'm not sure if I heard right there, but if I did, we're going to have to bleep that out. Have we got a bleep? No. We've got to find something suitable. We'll add it in the edit. It's all right. I'll remain professional. I'm remaining professional. Radio 4, please take note. let's just gloss over it and move on. So let's start with Terence. Yeah, there's no need for that, Terry. Bit out of order. You don't even know him, so...
Got a mouth like a backed up shit pipe.
Terence, you work in a library.
I do.
So, from being in a building full of books and words and to being on road, delivering, what sort of stuff were you delivering?
Manufacturing parts and illegal immigrants, which I wasn't very happy with, I can tell you. Mr. Farage warned of this.
Ugh.
Right. Well, this is the social experiment, isn't it? What was it like driving HGV?
Well, actually, I can't drive.
So how did you...
I was told I had to do it. I jumped in the vehicle at Dover and I tried to drive it, and then I hit several vehicles, a police van and a porter cabin, and then the immigrants escaped.
High emotion there from Terry. Terry, how did you get on in the quiet stillness of a library?
Well, I found it very difficult.
Terry, I don't want to sound presumptuous here, but do you live with a condition called Tourette's? I'll take that as a yes. Well, I'd like to take the opportunity right now to highlight that to all our listeners that Tourette's is a very difficult condition to live with, and it shouldn't be made fun of. Would you agree, Mr. Peregrine? What are you doing? You're making notes?
There's some creative language here. Yeah, it shouldn't be laughed at. Probably not the best idea, though, was it, to give him a job in the library? Was it, really?
Well, I got the sack.
Oh, well, under the terms of the contract, that means that Mr. T. Duckwither's contract of employment has been terminated and there's now a vacancy at the library in Royal Tunbridge Wells.
Excuse me? Why, you bloody...
Yeah, let's call it there, shall we?
When your name is the same, you're a doppelganger. This is Doppleganger Jobswap.
We're almost out of time here, but not before checking out the job vacancy a week. Over to our resident recruitment consultant from Fickle's Recruiters, it's Chris.
Hey Kev, how's it going, mate?
All right, plodding on, managing.
Still getting bullied by school teachers and all that?
Yeah, all right, crack on.
So this week, we've got a great opportunity for the right candidate, and that candidate could be you. So do you like animals? Because Cheston Hardwick's Animal Park are looking for a zookeeper to basically look after the dangerous animals, feeding them, clearing up their faces.
What?
Faces.
Faces. It's faces, mate. It's, whatever pops out the back end.
So, yeah, picking up the shit and all that. And a bit of sweeping up after the vacancy became suddenly and unexpectedly, yet tragically, available. That means it's a great opportunity for you to work with gentle, loving, deadly creatures day in and day out. And I could earn some more commission, which would be great because I'm looking to get a new mare. Don't worry about experience, because if you've had a dog or an hamster, it's pretty much exactly the same, but on a bigger scale and a little bit more dangerous. But how hard can it be? Any applications are to come through me, but I've been told that any queries about the job can be made to Mr. G. Raff at...
Hold on.
What?
Mr. G. Raff.
Yeah?
You do realise, don't you? I mean, surely you realise that's a wind-up.
What?
That's a wind-up, ain't it?
What do you mean?
G. Raff. Are you really asking me that question? It's giraffe. It's giraffe.
You joking?
Someone's having you on there, mate.
No commission. Me mate. I don't believe that.
Never mind, Chris. Maybe, you can cheer yourself up and get your highlights done. Of course, there is a job going at the library in Royal Tunbridge Wells. So, if anyone's interested. More job vacancies next week. And all that leaves me to do is to thank our guest for this week, Mr. Nigel Peregrine, loss adjuster. Thank you for visiting us and sharing an insight into the surprisingly adrenaline-thumping life as a loss adjuster. I doubt people realise the insurance industry was so intense and often dangerous.
Oh yeah, Kev. people haven't got a shitting clue. But you can hear all about it on the Peregrine podcast.
Another plug there. Don't overdo it. You got any final words for our listeners?
Yes. Read your policy wording and don't take the piss.
Thank you, Mr Peregrine. And to all our listeners, I bid you farewell until next time, where we will give you more insights into another profession and help you get the job that you're worth. So, like this, subscribe and, get the word around so that if this does become more popular, I mean, at the moment we're just aiming for kind of double figures, But, who knows? Who knows where this could go for me? Maybe one day I could give up the careers advisor job. If you look at my LinkedIn profile, you will see, broadcaster. All right, I'm getting on with it. So from all of us here on Jobsworth, goodbye.
You know what, Kev? Call me Nigel.
Nice to be in orbit.